Alright, bikes and vans on the road on the way to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Woo! To pick up a Wattbike for JC here so she can continue her quest to dominate the women's professional BMX ranks.
Yeah.
So hopefully, you know, it's in good shape and it's usable. And along the way, we'll be heading out I-90 to Vantage, Washington, and then south to like 26. And then tonight we're gonna stay at Potholes State Park, which is south of Moses Lake on the Potholes Reservoir. And then we'll get up and finish the rest of the way out to Coeur d'Alene tomorrow, get the Wattbike, and make our way home. Maybe see if there's anything cool to stop and see along the way. No bikes this weekend, just vans and Wattbikes.
Just vans and Wattbikes.
So next stop, Potholes State Park. That doesn't look like a fishing pole.
Well, I am gonna go look at them.
That's where I'll go. I'll meet you there. Quick stop at Fred Meyer here in Issaquah. No fishing poles.
No fishing poles, no kid ones. I wanted a Barbie one.
Oh well, I guess we won't be fishing tonight.
Now I'm gonna starve. I have
Yeah.
no dinner.
What are we gonna eat?
Starving in the wild for 3 days.
We could eat Ivar's. Seafood. Site 44.
Hell yeah.
So if you see signs for that, let me know.
Oh, we don't get to like free baller one?
Hmm?
We don't get to like free ball it?
I mean, it's free.
I know, but we don't get to like free ball which one we pick.
No, it's assigned.
Office closed.
We're already registered.
The best, and he's gonna have to put it to use this moto.
Yeah, that's that corner right there coming out, that on-camera corner before that rhythm lane. It is absolutely like ice, slick coming out, and that very tight inside rut.
All right, dinner's done. Tacos were good.
Yeah.
JC showered. Got a fire going. She's even got some stuff for s'mores.
Yeah.
All right, Potholes State Park.
Mosquitoes. Mosquito bites.
Yeah, and coyotes and coyote bites.
Here. They're all barking. That's a baby.
That's a baby crying. That's
Never
not
mind.
a coyote.
Sounds the same.
Yeah.
My bad.
Most of those coyotes, they sound a lot like human babies.
They do though. Videoing me?
Yeah. Videoing you getting the s'mores.
Oh yeah. Off-brand
Yeah,
signature
you
select.
know Rad Dad goes cheap on that shit, right?
You see these? I've never seen these in my life.
If they had off-brand Hershey's bars, you would have got those too.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Good morning, Beans.
Good morning.
We're having some coffee. Not sure about the full breakfast yet, but be off on our way to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, but first to enjoy the coffee. All right, leaving Potholes State Park. Going past the Potholes Reservoir. Trying to find I-90 again and make her. Yeah, stopping at the Loves.
My favorite place. They got awesome cookie dough bites
Mmm.
that I will not be getting.
Nope. Just
Maybe.
a cup of coffee, maybe.
Maybe
Yeah,
cookie dough
JC,
bites.
maybe they get some for reals.
Reel's not the thing anymore.
It's not a Made it to beautiful Spokane, Washington. Drink it in. Quick pit stop at Cherry Hill BMX to check it out. I'd never been here. I think Trenton's raced here before, but JC hasn't. Get on the podium, champ.
This place is pretty cool.
Yeah. Downhill style.
Yeah, the turns are a little weird.
Pretty cool track right here on the side of a mountain. Kind of cool.
Turns are a little weird.
Turns are a little weird. I bet it looks a little fast. Huh. Well, we're here at this very cool garage sale on Sundance Road in Coeur d'Alene. And there it is. The $50 Wattbike.
All ready to go. Just gotta clean it up.
Yep. Might have to stop at a rest area, fire up the generator, have JC plug this thing in and give me a few watts on it.
It's the only way I'm allowed to eat dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Over 1,400 watts.
Stopped in Clay Elm to get some food and see my home piece Doug.
Douglas Monroe's.
Yep, Douglas Monroe. Doug Monroe was a Coast Guardsman, World War II. Died in the Battle of Guadalcanal. He's the Coast Guardsman's only Medal of Honor winner. Well, yeah, Medal of Honor. So, most times when I'm in the Clay Elm area, I like to stop and visit. While JC practices shooting the big anti-aircraft guns, which were restored by some gunner's mates and some other folks in Seattle while I was still in the Coast Guard. I don't know if it's the oldest pub and bar or whatever in either in Washington or the country, I don't know, or West Coast or something like that. I don't know. Bike shop. I stopped there before. He didn't have much information. So this is the town of Sicily, Alaska, from Northern Exposure. Over here we have Roslyn's Cafe, but you know it's actually the Roslyn Cafe.
Sick.
Yeah, they definitely changed some stuff just since the last time I was here last year. Always improving. Yeah, I went to that bike shop last time I was here. It was like, I was asking the guy about local trails. He's like, he just hands me a piece of paper with a bar, you know, one of those barcode things to scan.
QR codes, yeah.
Yeah, QR code. He's like, yeah, this will tell you about all the trails in the area. I'm like, yeah, but you live here. Do you know anything?
And you work in a bike shop?
Yeah, anywhere local that you would recommend? You just have to just scan the QR code. And I'm like, oh, all right, well, thanks, dude. Sure.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Marco's Place, so delicious, beverages, tobaccos, and candy. Just like in the olden days.
This type of stuff is awesome.
It is awesome, right?
Especially like when like places like this like leave the external, like how it has always looked.
Yeah, because it's not like Leavenworth where they built everything to look like it's in Bavaria. Like this is just how it was.
That's why I don't really like Leavenworth. I mean, like, Leavenworth's very pretty, but it's because it's all built to look like it's old, but it's not.
Yep. Okay, that's Roslyn.
That's sick.
Back to the highway. I'm stuck in traffic. Almost home.
Woohoo!
Made it.
We're home.
On to clinical testing of the Wattbike. The verdict is it works. Electronics all pop up. It does what JC needs it to do. All we need to do is get a new chain because the chain was a bit stretched out and it tended to skip at higher watts. So looking at the chain after we pulled it off, or after JC pulled it off, it's clearly the original chain that came on the bike from probably 2012 or 13. That's it right there. And it's a little bit different than the chains we run. All right. Moment of truth. Get on there and do some pedaling so we can all see that this thing works now. End of the story. End of the story video right here. So when we brought it home, we had a little bit of an issue with the chain skipping. Everything seems to work like it's supposed to. JC's putting out some watts. And it's got a whole bunch of different programs and workouts and testing that you can do on here. But we had an issue in here with the chain skipping. So we had an old chain. This thing's probably, what, 12 years old?
Yeah.
But it's still great.
Yeah.
And JC went to the store twice today. Got a chain, a 1/8 inch BMX chain, cut it too short. And then, of course, Rad Dad came home, cut it just right, fixed it, works like a champ. And she's about to demonstrate. Woo!
Wow.
Pretty cool.
800 watts with no clip shoes on.
800 watts, 760 miles. Successful mission, Wattbike achieved.
Woo!
All right, we're out.